Good evening, viewers. Hope all of you are doing truly well. And of course, we all are in a much better situation with 2021 coming our way. Of course, 2020 was quite a mess for all of us, but we yet have learned so much out of it, and so many of us have come out as successful winners. So, also, we have a special program to begin this year with a special celebrity with us today and an absolute celebrity. But before we actually go on to her, I want to give you a uh, quick note on True Wealth as an online health channel. True Wealth online health channel, as some of you might know, and some of you who are new, is an initiative of True Wealth Integrative Healthcare, which provides integrative health and personalized nutrition advice to control, prevent, and reverse lifestyle, autoimmune, as well as infectious diseases like digestive disorders, diabetes, PCOS, infertility, arthritis, osteoporosis, and many of them, including cancer, and improve the recovery from surgeries, infections, trauma, and also the growth in children to help us reach the ultimate goal of holistic health and happiness. True Wealth shares authentic knowledge and wisdom from healthcare and nutrition stalwarts to help you separate science from hype arising from the social media explosion and the sudden nutrition wisdom and aid you in actually making the right health and nutrition choices. So, having said that about True Wealth, of course, we have our celebrity, rightly so, on this platform today. But before that, she also is a beauty with brains and bravery. And so, also, we are going to share her success story out here today. She is going to tell us a lot both about fitness and her success as a woman. So, when we say beauty with brains and bravery, need we really say more? But I really want to talk about the initiative as well for a minute, as in the purpose of this initiative is to encourage, enrich, and help empower women to aspire and excel professionally as well as personally. The mission of Beauty with Brains and Bravery is to build a network of world's most sought after women professionals so they could share their knowledge, skills, experiences, opportunities, resources, dreams, aspirations. But with that, they should be able to share and, of course, resolve their challenges, fears, shortcomings, requirements as they pursue a common goal of leading richer and more fulfilling lives. So that's really what Beauty with Brains and Bravery believes in. And the live programs are an initiative in this direction by celebrating the successes of women professionals from the world to stir the ecosystem. So we have more and more, I say, Saraswatis, Lakshmis, and Nirbayas in the world and in our neighborhood. These three goddesses, as we Indians believe, are goddesses of knowledge, intelligence, wealth, and of course, being fierce or brave, which is the Nirbayas or the Durgas. So that's again something we truly believe in. But having said that, I really want to first introduce our today's celebrity guest to you all, and I'm going to share the slide because she's an amazing person with so many facets, really. And we're fortunate that she's here on our show with, of course, my co host, Zinnal Patel, who's here. And I'm going to introduce both of them. Um, so we have Leena Mogre here. She is celebrity fitness entrepreneur, is what I really recognize her as, and she's the first woman personal trainer in the country. She started off as a aerobic instructor, but she has a master's in food science and nutrition from SNDT, which she also pursued 2 years of her PhD in it. Her fitness academy, launched in 1994, as early as that, has trained more than 20,000 personal trainers. Celebrities she has coached include Madhuri Dixit, Dimple Kapadia, Kareena Kapoor, the Mohabate team, and there are many more. These are just a few names I can mention. 2001 is when she became the CEO of Gold Gym, which is a very recognized gym, and not only for India, but also for the entire South Asia. And she set up more than 10 gyms from across India and Bangladesh. In 2005, she set up her own signature gym chain, which is Leena Mogre's Fitness. And in 2015, she published her own book, Total Fitness, which was inaugurated, of course, by the beauty we always admire, Madhuri Dixit. And she has won more than 36 awards nationally and internationally. She has actually inspired so many women, so many men across the country. And we are going to learn all about that today. Of course, to mention the bold beauty, Zinnal Patel, who is a postgraduate in pathology and an MBA herself. She's a Mahamantri with the Bharatiya Janata Party, Gujarati, Mumbai. She's the vice president with the Namo Foundation, Maharashtra. She is the Mumbai president of the Mahila Dakshata Samiti, and she's committee member of the Indo-Japanese Association. She has learned tons of different languages, including Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi, Japanese, and many more. She has done a lot of work in the socio-political area, done so many camps for patients, so much of charity donation. She keeps doing all the time, and she's also been campaigning, of course, for her party, that is BJP candidates as well. So that's about her. And Zeena's, it's a pleasure to be with her again on this show. But quick note about me: I'm of course a nutrition expert and founder and CEO of TruWealth Integrative Healthcare Centers, as well as the RSG Energy and Nutrition in Healthcare Private Limited. I have about 2 decades of global experience in nutrition formulations, continuing medical education, business marketing strategy, branding, and a lot more. I also have a master's from the Sion Hospital in Mumbai and also an MBA in marketing. I've worked globally through different therapy areas like orthopedics, therapeutic nutrition, gynecology, and many more. But this is really not about me and too much of introduction about me. But with that, I want to introduce you and bring onto the panel Leena Mogre, our celebrity of today, and Zinnal Patel. I'd request both of you to put your videos on and unmute yourself so that I will welcome to both of you on the show. Um, Zina, it's such a pleasure to be with you on the show with Leena Mogre. Ma'am, if you
Mhm.
can put your channel,
Yeah.
your video on, so we'll be able to. Yes,
Yes.
that's such a
Yeah.
pleasure to have
Hi.
you.
It's pleasure
Absolutely.
being here with two most accomplished women and women achievers and women of strength. I'm so happy to be with you all and really inspiring both of you all. I think I have a lot to learn from you all
The
today
feeling is
evening.
mutual.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that itself brings a lot of energy. As soon as your hi and hello itself has pumped in a lot of energy into us and makes us feel really, really, really great. And I don't know, I'm sure you have done that for a lot of people through these nasty times that we have gone through, COVID, of course. But
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's why it's you're our first celebrity for as the new year
Oh,
comes in.
New Year. So happy
So,
New Year to
yeah,
everybody. Happy fit New Year.
yeah.
And just don't make resolutions to start exercising and get new track pants and all the gadgets that are possible. But start exercising. Put your right leg, left leg, and just start.
Well, with that, I really, we all really know you as an icon, and we've grown seeing you. So
You
you're
make me
amongst the.
sound so ancient.
No, and but we aren't old out here. We are
Yeah.
very young.
Of course, fitness makes you young. You should never think otherwise, you know.
But you are amongst the first women fitness icons in the country, and it's not only fitness but and nutrition. So uh,
Yeah.
both an amalgamation of that and so much of wisdom along with it that you've brought to fitness as such, and the way your career is encompassed. I mean, but did that all really start from your upbringing? Did it start from home? Did you have a thrust coming from home really? We would
Actually,
definitely, because I don't know if anyone has asked you about this, but we would like to know about your upbringing and how did all this really start for you.
Yeah, actually, I was a very naughty child and always active and running around and all that. I love hiking, trekking, cycling. I used to go to college by cycle. On my dressing table, there were pana and cycle oil rather than all the makeup and the comb and all that in college. So I used to be cycling right from Juhu to I went to SVT College of Home Science, the Juhu campus, and I did my master's and did 2 years of PhD there. But I used to be going by cycle. I completed my master's after marriage. You know, so. Right in the beginning, where I was at home and I was being raised, and my mother was a big influence on me because I was 5'2.5". She had put me into a gym. That was my first introduction to gym to increase height. And that time, people really believed that exercising will increase your height, and they didn't know that it is hereditarily determined, predetermined. But anyway, I started loving exercise, which was near our house, the gym. And then after I finished my 10th, she said, now what to do? Because we stayed in Juhu and, she used to see all the students out at Mitibai College and there used to never be inside. So she always thought that people in Mitibai, NM and all that, all those colleges are always out. She never knew there were good students inside too. But she said, why don't you become a dietitian? And that's what struck me, something different to do. And I always like something different. So that's how I started my this thing at SVT. And that time it was, oh, SNDT, it's all cooking and, good for housewives and stuff like that. But even when I started doing the graduation over there, it's such a wonderful thing. We had seminars, we had presentations right from first year of college. We had to select a major, and that was, of course, nutrition. And that's how my whole journey started. And I really thank my mom for this because she was the one who said, become a dietitian. And that time, dietitian, matlab something new. And that's how it started. And then there came the whole revolution of Jane Fonda and the leotards, the music, and the glamour, and I just love all those things. I really love to be active, to be out there, to be motivating people and all. So there was one lady who had come from the US. I don't remember her name because that it was long time back at my mother's Mahila Mandal, and she gave a small demo of aerobics. So that time my mom said, "Come to Mahila Mandal and you will see." I said, "See, Mahila Mandal, मध्ये कोण येणार?" So I went there and I got introduced to all this. But when I was doing my second year of PhD, I got really bored. I said, this is not for me, sitting in the lab and doing all that stuff and everything. And that's how I really focused, started taking aerobics classes because I put on I was 53 and in my pregnancy, I put on 31 kilos.
Oh,
So yeah, so that time I started really exercising and doing aerobics and all. And Vittal Kamath had come home and he said, "Where are you coming from?" So I said, "A aerobic class, to keep fitter." So I'm coming up with a club, Teva, at Villeparle East, the first Kamath's club. Why don't you start your classes there? I said, "I'm not certified to start all this." So he says, "Who is? Abhi to music lagao or dance karo." But I had a lot of friends abroad, in Australia, in the US, where I said, how do you all become aerobic instructors? Because I'm the person who doesn't like to do anything without knowing about it. So they said, no, there is, music beats, steps and choreography and exercise science to it. And all that time, there was no internet, there was nothing. So, well, I decided I should start an academy in India. And that's how in 94, I started the academy. I got a panel of doctors, sports medicine specialists. I got nutritionists on board. That time there was one sports medicine doctor who came, orthopedic surgeons, physiotherapists, and we formulated a manual and I decided it should be a 3 months course. And my first ad, all this was on credit. I called up my friend, please release my ad, I'll pay you, don't worry. I told Mr. Vittal Kamath, you give me a small room for my lectures, I'll pay you rent, but at the end of my course, I cannot pay you anything now. So he said, okay, fine. And because those were after his office hours, he gave me a small cabin where, around 10 students would fit in. And my first batch, I started off, and out of those 12 or 13 people who registered, 8 of them were my friends. I said, come on, register, do your certification. And those friends yet thank me, because the kind of knowledge they got, it is for their full life. And that's how my whole journey started of the fitness academy. And then I got a call from Madhuri Dixit. And I was like, what? I have to go home and train her. Yeah, and that was like Hum Aapke Hai Kaun. I was like, she's like Hum Aapke Hai Kaun was the movie, and she
Yes.
called me, and I said, of course I will come. And 7 o'clock I go, and she opens the door. Oh my God, she's so beautiful. And I said, you open the door. She said, so. I mean, that's what I realized. Like, so down to earth, and I've seen her doing jhadu katka also at home, because her mother used to say you have to empty your bags, and so her upbringing and all that I saw, and it- like it's very inspiring to see every lady being working so hard. She used to work very hard, but very professional. Dot 7, she used to be ready. We used to not waste even a minute. And if she wasn't going to be doing her session, she used to call me even at night, 12 o'clock. At that time, there was no mobile. So it was basically on the landline that she used to call and say, oh, Udya,
Wow.
you nako. There was no need. She was paying me. I could have gone there and come back. But that's the way she is. And then, fortunately, by God's grace, I got all the Bollywood people after that. And she was the first one to have a personal trainer in Bollywood. That time there was no concept. A personal trainer nahi tha. It was like घर पे आके सिखाने के लिए.
So you were the one who started the new concept
Concept of personal
of
training. And
but
yeah,
I wanted to ask you that this fitness industry, it's very male oriented, like this
yeah.
bodybuilders and all that, and it's the male domain, which they take it as a male domain even now, so I just
Hmm.
wanted to ask you that was it hard for you as a woman to enter this fitness domain, and how did you get inspired? Was it Jane Fonda? Was it your passion? Was it the Kamath Club, or was it this aerobic academy, or the Mahila Mandal? What inspired you?
What inspired me was, that exactly what inspired me to do the first. I started off with the academy, okay, where I said I don't know anything, and nor does anybody in India know anything about fitness.
Yeah.
And like I told you before, I like to be the first mover. So I said, why not set up an academy? So it was the passion that drove me to do everything. It was not the money. Okay. It was always passion and make a success out of what you're doing. That
Right.
it should be successful. Money will come, fine. If it's a success, money will come. But that passion to work hard, and, I know at those times I used to, after Kamat's Club, I had shifted off to a school. And before, after the school, they used to give me the classrooms on rent. And of course, the classrooms used to be dirty. So I used to take a broom and clean the classrooms, and see that everything is clean, so that my students benefit out of it. So it was always the passion about fitness, about doing something. And I love fitness. For me, the answer to all the problem is fitness and
And
exercise.
as a woman, how
you know.
was it? Was it so difficult? How did you had any
Mm,
struggle or something, like, to establish yourself?
No, not as a woman, any struggle I faced, because what happened at home, I had so much of confidence given to me. Like, my
Hmm.
father-in-law was a bodybuilder when he was in
Oh.
his young days. So he used to roam around with my t-shirt everywhere. And anybody used to come, he used to show the newspaper write-ups. See my saying, see Leena's write-ups. See,
Wow.
sometimes he used to be like, I said, Baba, like,
Yeah.
don't do that. So my husband, of course, he was the best support, and he later on joined me. And my
Oh.
son, my mother-in-law, mother-in-law was the most inspiring again. She was the first woman employee of ONGC, and she
Wow.
Oh,
retired
wow.
as the deputy director of ONGC. So she was the most inspiring person. She never said, don't do this. Sometimes while setting up goals, like that was my first experience of setting up gyms. I used to come home at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock at night because the machines used to come late and we had to see that everything is functioning well and everything. So there was never any objection. So that kind of confidence when you
Hmm.
have, when your family is around you, I think nothing happens outside. Outside, you just take it for granted. Yeah, I mean, I own everything, and the
So you are
passion
blessed.
drives you. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm blessed. Touch wood, yes. But yes, there are some people with ego and the male ego. Yet, I will say,
Hmm.
though there is a lot of women empowerment going on and on,
Yeah.
everything. That's all the women are working so hard towards it. Like you, Rajashree, to get the women up and to educate the men that women do have their own identity. And yes, men's ego does come in between. So you
Yeah.
have to deal with it. And
Yeah.
I always kept in mind that you have to think like a man and
Yeah.
work. That was always
Yeah.
there, so I never thought I'm a woman or anything. I always believed in one thing, that your work will speak. So whether you're a man or a woman, I didn't care. You had to work hard, focus, and that's it. That's what. But the main confidence I got was my family all around, my friends, my well wishers. They were always there to encourage me. Even now, my friends are always there, my family is there. So they are always very encouraging that whatever I'm doing, you know, they will always stand by me.
So I think when we do these success stories, this
Yeah,
is what we exactly talk about the IQ, of course, but the social and the emotional support that comes really from family and
yeah,
friends
yeah.
means so much,
It,
and
it's
those.
it's really important.
Yeah. So I think I don't know, those are the ones which actually make us really give us the thrust beyond our potential also at times. But having
Absolutely.
having said that, I did start I know what it exactly means to have a personal trainer and have it like the early on ones, because I can still remember I used to go to a very very good famous local gym out here, and I was probably the first candidate, or I was even called the guinea pig of the personal trainer. Someone starting
Yeah.
personal training, and I was the first one to get it. But I realized that for me, the celebrity, or between the two of us, the greater one was my coach and not me. So you got celebrities to be coached by you. So being coaching celebrities to actually becoming a celebrity yourself. That journey, where did it start? Of course, because Mr. Kamath, people like them have supported you. So
Yeah.
you were already probably a celebrity yourself.
No, no.
And
I
then
still, yeah. Yeah, please. Yeah.
yeah, so that journey really, from being coaching celebrities to becoming celebrity yourself, where did it start, and how did it actually bloom up really?
I guess what happens is when you're working with a lot of passion and you're working with a lot of celebrities and you're being featured in a lot of newspapers and a lot of news channels, you get an identity of your own. That
Yeah.
I was the first one to start an academy. I was the first woman personal trainer, first CEO of Goals, then a woman, everything a woman is doing, then the first woman to start her signature chain of gyms. Uh, and the kind of knowledge that I always imparted in all my interviews, in all my write ups. I think Mumbai Mirror started when I started my gym. And also the kind of tie ups I had with all the newspapers. And believe me, that time I had no money for advertising. So whatever I had, my mother-in-law gave me some and my savings, and the rest I applied for loan at the banks. And I started off. I just started off. I love to take risks. I just went ahead and I said, okay, fine. The first gym that we started was in a basement. It was just 3,000 square feet or 4,000, and that was started by the idea of starting an academy. And the clients we signed up were supposed to be for my students so that they can get experience. But the gym got so crowded, I had to move to a big place. So all your work that you kept doing in your field, you
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
right, the marathon started at that time, Vivek Singh, and, they
Yeah.
started the marathon. So I was always on Radio Mirchi giving tips, right, for 3 years. I wrote for Hindustan Times for, I think, 4 to 5 years, their cafe question answers. I wrote for Mumbai Mirror. All the celebrities that were featured in my gym got featured in the. I had to interview them and write everything, and once in 15 days. So automatically, there were a lot of news channels that used to come and ask fitness for women, fitness for this, weight training for women. And from that time, I used to just promote weight training for women. And anything that was new, I used to get it out. Power yoga. I started power yoga way back in
Wow.
95. And India Today magazine covered me up with the photographs being shot at bandstand. So doing something out of the box always helps you in your business, in your strategies. And not having money helps you. Not having money for advertising helps you a lot. That puts your thinking cap on and says, okay, fine, now what do we do? So I
Hmm.
used to be, I got to a point where I used to say, okay, fine, you want to have a tie up with me, you have to pay me. So we had tie up with Nike, we had
Yeah.
tie up with
Hmm.
lot of pharmaceutical companies, and
Yeah.
who kind of bartered the barter deal that we
Yes.
did. Those were like at the top, and that's how your brand also gets ahead, and you
Correct.
get ahead. And I guess somewhere along the line, attending events, attending different parties, and those were basically for networking. It was not
Correct.
parties or anything like this. So I guess at that time, even Bombay Times had started off, and they wanted people who were, in the limelight to be featured everywhere. So my first Bombay Times, this thing was done by Pradeep Rodrigues, the then top reporter for Bombay Times.
Yeah.
And Simi Chandok was there, and my first debut, you can call, in Bombay Times was with a photograph on the front page with
Yeah.
the two trainers. So it was fun. So I always took it as motivating and fun activity.
Yep.
I never took it as work, oh my God,
Yes.
this is work. So that's what I started off doing this. And, so that's how we went ahead. And the job, it was not like work for me. It was more of fun. I always looked at it as fun.
Right. So I'm glad that you say that, when you don't have money to advertise, you actually
Yeah.
become more creative.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
I
Yes.
And that was the blessing in disguise. That's
yes,
what I felt,
yes.
because advertising is so expensive, and I don't believe in advertising.
But
I Yeah,
you still strategized and were on the front page, and that's really
yeah,
commendable. I mean,
yeah.
that's
And the main thing was one thing, and I always believe in PR and word of mouth.
yes,
So we always, for me, the biggest, the most important client is my staff. If
yes,
my staff is happy, they are my first client. And in the fitness industry, I believed in one thing: right from your valet to my housekeeping, to the lady in the bathroom, to the floor trainer, to the personal trainer, to the sales staff, to me, everybody is a salesperson. Even the accountant is a salesperson.
right,
So in my business, where the gym business is concerned, everybody is selling,
right,
because it's a service industry. And
Right.
one good thing happens in the service industry, 10 people will know. One bad thing happens, 100 people will
yeah,
know.
absolutely, absolutely,
So that's what you have to keep in mind. But I
yeah,
guess somewhere the first mover advantage is always there. Like we tied up with rotaries, we
yeah,
conducted marathons. So it was all the human hours that we put in, and the human mind
correct,
to focus on getting fitness education out,
yeah,
Hmm.
educating the people about fitness. Because that time, I don't think, even now there are so many misconceptions. So that time nobody knew what is fitness.
yeah.
So doing all
So
these
you
things.
you really addressed one of the questions that we were to ask you a little bit later, and I this is what I would like to say, that with our Beauty with Brains, what we are trying to help women do out there is, it's not really like a networking group, but we are actually helping create people, women create more social connections and get
Right.
the bonding. And these are what what we say, social networking and the social quotient. How we can help them become more successful through that. I think our Beauty Brains and Bravery plus my True Wealth really
Yeah.
is, like you said, it's when you don't have that kind of huge
Yeah.
amount of money. We are more than 100 programs now today, and
Of
no
course.
one's done a marathon of those number of programs, and they're so well appreciated. We have ourselves become a known channel now because of that. So
Yeah.
I think creating something like that. But like you rightly pointed out, I wanted to ask you about the social quotient, and
Right.
absolutely bang on the way you've explained that to us. So much insightful, and we should learn from,
I'm
absolutely.
so glad.
But you also said another thing about pioneering, and from whatever you've told me, and I know about you, you've always been pioneering about so many things. Doing a PhD in nutrition at that time, someone might have formed you like, what are you
Yeah.
trying to do? And then getting into fitness, which was completely a men oriented sort of
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
And and then you took more leaps. I mean, then Gold Gym happened, and
Yeah.
and then your own signature gym. So we definitely want to know about how that really started off again.
Well, Goals was I was contacted by the directors of Goals in India, and I had gone for the interview. I've never worked for anybody, and I never had the intention of working for anybody. But I found that very challenging. It took me some time to think about it. But I told them only one thing: I will work with you on one condition, that my academy will go on, because that's my baby. I will never stop that. But they agreed to it, that even though I'll be working simultaneously, my academy will go on, which was really very gracious of them. And I'm really thankful to them for agreeing with that. But I guess Goals gave me a lot of experience, and I'd gone to the US headquarter Goals, their office, and learned a lot of things. And when I came back, like how McDonald's did a Mac Tiki, with the paneer tikki instead of the Mac burger and like vada
Yeah.
pav. So the Mac Tiki burger came. So I had to do the exact same thing. I had to tweak everything and suit it according to the Indian conditions. And right from that time, if you notice, when we launched Gold, I was against advertising, and we never advertised. We did very small programs. It's such a big brand. Before the gym opened, we had 500 people registered as members at Nipinsi Road, the first gym, to start. So when we opened the doors of the gym, the grand opening, next day we had 500 people working out there.
Very nice.
So, concentrating on pre-selling and everything. So, and then I sold franchises. That was another great experience. And after that, I think after setting up 10 gyms or 13 gyms for them, including one in Bangladesh, I said, now it's time to move on. So I had a talk with the directors that I would like to leave, and left on a very good note and said, this is what I believe, that even in business, if your competitors talk good about you, that says it all again. So I left Goals and I told them I'm going to start my own. And they also gave me a lovely send off, and it was quite an emotional one. I really told them, I've raised this baby and now I'm giving it to you, and grow it, you know. So they said, okay, think about it. So I said, no, I can't. So because a lot of people said, what do you mean you resigned from Goals? We thought you owned Goals. So that was the kind of dedication and this thing I had to set it up. And then when I set up Leena Mogre's Fitness, again, we did two new things, because what is Leena Mogre going to do? What is she going to do with the gym? One was we made it 24 hours. So we were the first ones to start at that time in 2005, I think, a 24-hour gym. And we started a fitness assessment, which is very common now. Otherwise, there were only measurements and height, weight, which used to happen in gyms. So we developed a assessment, which is for 1 hour, which goes on to check your muscle endurance, muscle strength, your flexibility, your emotional state, your grip strength, your blood pressure, and of course your height, weight, and everything. And by the end of all this, you get a graph as to what is where, and then you plan your schedule according to the assessment. So everybody who registered had to go through that 1 hour assessment, and nobody could avoid that. So we set up this. So again, it was something new that we were pioneers in starting on this, and the 24-hour gym. So
Leena
that's how
ji,
my journey started.
oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Leena ji, what is your advice to our young viewers, youngsters who are viewing and they want very good physiques and, to some middle age, I mean, shouldn't mention some
Yeah.
middle aged people who are looking out for, and uh, who are fitness
Uh,
enthusiasts as well.
That
What is
that
your
doesn't mean
advice?
us, Zinal. We are not amongst them.
yeah, absolutely. Nobody is. Nobody is. The sun shine on people who exercise every day.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
there is no age bar. You can start exercising at any age, whether you're 50, 60. Now I'm 58 years old. Okay.
Wow.
So age is no bar of starting or whatever. And ऐसा नहीं, yeah, now I'm about 55, chalo abhi chodo, I'll go for walks. No, workout. That's what makes you so strong. So my advice to youngsters is, number one, don't go for fad diets, don't go for steroids to make your body, don't go for fat burners for the girls because they usually take that to, lose weight fast. Don't
Yeah.
go for gimmicks, which Rajashree, you'll agree with me. And it
Mm.
has to be a lifestyle management thing. I always believe in that. You have to get up, brush your teeth, work out, go for your bath, and start your day. So, exercise is very important. But what, according to me, is uh, all the youngsters out there, stop smoking, stop drinking. Okay, you can have a drink or two, but don't go overboard. I feel the girls' smoking rate has gone up now a lot more. And of course, the teenagers are drinking, and you are uh, hearing about the recent murders and stuff like that. Drug abuse has gone up a lot. And
Yeah.
in fitness also, a lot of people take ephedrine tablets and stuff like that.
Correct.
I'm speaking very openly about it.
Mm.
Uh, to give them that kick to work out, but
Yeah.
that's not fitness. You have to make your fitness last throughout the years. Like if I am 58 and I can do weight training, I can pick up 100 pounds of squats and yet do that. That is what is going to last forever. So, good health, good fit body, yes. But if you're overweight by a kilo or so, don't get hassled. That's one thing for the youngster. And middle-aged women and men, okay, don't make an excuse. You'll have a list of excuses of not working out. Okay, so don't do that. There's no excuse. If you have time for Facebook, you have time for exercise. That's what I
Correct.
tell people. So if you're wasting time on social media all the time, that time you can work out. So in a day, if you don't have 30 minutes or 45 minutes to yourself, I think it's not worth living. It's not worth living because exercise makes you go ahead. It's not weight loss, according to me. Even for middle-aged women and everything, your hormones are changing. You're approaching perimenopause. There'll be menopause. Some women have gone through pregnancies, difficult pregnancies. Women body physiologically goes through a lot of stress. So definitely, but that's not an excuse of not to remain in good shape and not to remain fit. I to feel you should get your genes out if you have not thrown them out, which are 25 years old, and keep them in your cupboard. And that's what is your aim, because that's the only motivating factor that all the women will have. They all want to love good. Everybody wants to love good. And the men, it's not sign of prosperity to have a belly there, okay? Because having a belly will give you back problems, heart trouble, blood pressure. I'm not trying to scare you, but those are the facts of life. And this pandemic, I think, has taught all of us that fitness is so important. It is fitness that keeps you healthy. Fitness is the thing that keeps you going ahead. And weight loss is just one of the benefits. I feel because of fitness. If you're fit, you'll not put on weight. If you're fit, you'll have good hair, good complexion, good posture. You have an injury-free body. You have a positive attitude. You face problems with a positive attitude. You face stress with a positive attitude. You handle problems with a positive attitude. So, fitness, I think these are the benefits. Osteoporosis is avoided because of weight training.
Mm.
So, these are
Yeah.
so many things. These are the benefits of fitness. Weight loss will come when you're fit, you'll not put on weight because your lean muscle tissue has to go up. And that's what is fitness all about. So that is my advice to all the middle-aged people out there. Just get up from that chair because we are all become professional sitters, especially in the pandemic. Right angle. You're
True.
sitting at a right angle. Everybody is just
Okay.
sitting. So we are just professional sitters. So you need to just get up, go out there, and start walking at least, even in the house, talk on the phone. So walk, 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 because everybody is on the phone now, social media and Zoom calls like we are. But whenever you're talking, start walking and talking, and at least complete 8 to 9,000 steps in the day.
Rajeshri, I have one question for you. You have been running this integrative and personalized nutrition clinic, and helping people control the lifestyle diseases as well as obesity. So, how much do you think nutrition is important, and what do you mean by personalized and integrative nutrition?
Sure. So I totally agree with Leena that when she says that rather speed is not most important, consistency is. And in the same light, what I think is we should not try to emulate just because we see celebrities. We're not I'm taking names, but I love Deepika Padukone. But can I become one? Maybe not. But I have to be my best. I have to be my fit, I call it. So and consistently keep doing, of course, fitness. But when you are suffering from ailments because of not doing all that, then it really is something which I feel is a personalized approach. And what sort of works for one doesn't definitely work for the other. So even when it comes to weight loss, or when you say obesity, it's a disease, and we have to understand that, and it has to be tackled in a very integrative way. We have to see what are the other parameters that are affecting, if the hormones are affecting, what age group you're in, if you have other issues, what's your professional status, and we have to take all that into consideration, and then really put together a plan for ourselves, but also put together a plan, take help from people like Leena and probably me, and get a plan set up for you. But those plans should be such that you should be able to follow them as a lifestyle for long. They should not be paper diets where you're going to, and it should not be diet. What I see again, Zinal, is people are hating food these days. They treat food as their enemy, when nutrition can actually be the one which can really
Yeah.
change the whole game. 70% of nutrition and 30% of fitness. But it's not either or. They both have to be together. You can't do only nutrition and then forget the 30% of fitness, because
Yeah.
that 30% is needed. And when you do 30% of fitness, you can't ignore nutrition. So which is why I'll probably bring back the focus to Leena. Is she's all that together. But having said that, what we do in integrative stuff is when people have obesity or people have other comorbidities with it, then we actually tackle them clinically as well as nutrition wise, and fitness is another very important pivotal pivot, I would say, in it. Without these three together, we cannot actually, and these three are enough to cure so many lifestyle and autoimmune diseases. We are even seeing that in COVID. If you don't have the right nutritional status, that can affect you much more than anything else. So I mean, I hope, Zinal, that sort of throws better light on your question.
Yes.
So having really said that, I mean, I want to go back, asking asking you, Leena. One
Yeah.
thing is, of course, being an expert at fitness, and on the other side, being an entrepreneur. So that amalgamation, you've told us, shared us so many stories. But how did you really, how is it going now? And how, because through this, we all see you to be a celebrity, doing great, being successful, extremely fit, and the sunshine is always on you.
Yeah.
But but
On you too. You're
but
doing such a great job, Rajashree.
yeah.
Congratulations. It's fantastic what you're doing. Superb. Really great.
But having said that, we see those auras, but there are challenges at the background as well.
Yeah,
So
of course, of course.
so with the success, the fame, limelight, sunlight, we have our struggles, adversities that we have faced, and I definitely want to on that note. Once you've spoken, I want to play a clip out here. But before
Oh,
that,
okay.
if you could share some of those challenges that you might have faced in your initial times, and maybe through even today, and how have you thrived through it, and how are you taking, how do
Uh,
you how do you bring your internal power actually to combat it and still keep it moving forward?
I had gone initially, I guess everything was really good. A lot of people have a lot of initial trouble, setting
Yes.
up the gyms and money and this and that. But initially, when we had the gym in the basement, yes, we had little BMC trouble. That's why also. And also, there were so many members that came in. We expected 300, 400, and we had 1,200 members. So I had to shift up into a bigger space. So that was the I always saw the bright side. So I told BMC, okay, fine, I am shifting. So give me 3 months. And we did that. We hunt for a place and we did it up and we shifted. So I see every problem as an opportunity that happens. And I think recently, around 4 years back, I went through the biggest challenge. Like when you're at the peak, and at that time, when you face, like, somebody wanted to wipe out Leena Mogre, and somebody wanted to literally stop my businesses all over through cyber stalking my business, cyber crime, and lot of defaming articles and all. But yes, I fought through. I got my gym equipment out after 4 months and running around and trying to set up another gym. But the blessing I always saw that yes, okay, fine, I couldn't put up a new gym, but again there was a lockdown. So I said that good. This gives me an opportunity to think as to what actually and where the fitness industry is going in the next 2 years. So we have planned a lot of stuff now, and we are on the drawing board planning of doing a lot of things online, and because that's the future we have realized. Yes, gyms are going to be back, but maybe there are a lot of challenges that the gym owners are facing right now. Physically, because people are yet scared to go out there into gyms and work out because of the corona COVID situation. But I guess it will take 1 year to come back, and that is the time I think I'll relaunch again. So right now we are doing a lot of planning, waiting and watching, and doing a lot of surveys that are going on at the back, and a lot of paperwork. A lot of financials are being worked out, and so things like that. So I always believe in one thing: whatever challenges you have to fight them and come out as a winner. And a lot of men don't like that, you know. Because my fight was against men over there. So one of them said, "Yes, I'm doing this for my ego." So there were experiences which have made me even strong now, and I guess more because first it was like me, fitness, and my that gym, going there. But now I've gone to BMC offices, I've gone to police stations, cybercrime. It has made me so aware, so and so knowledgeable about these things, and how to tackle police, and how to talk to them, and how to get your work done. And there's so many things that you learn along the way, and new BMC laws, getting onto BMC officials. So it was a great loss, yes, financially, but personally, I feel, I've become more strong to come back. And money comes and goes, but you are there. I'm there. I'm here. I'm talking to you, and I'm out there. talking to so many people, and yet spreading fitness. So that's my passion, and that nobody can take away from you. Nobody can take away that shine and the knowledge from you, however hard you try. So
I'm glad you bring those points out because
yeah,
equally as you are as I've been whatever entrepreneur my stint as well, and we know what difficulties are like,
yeah,
and just the fact that you're a woman, you're more strong and powerful, and you will be able to tackle each and every issues. But the one across thinks that you're a woman, so you can actually be they can scare you, and they can actually
yeah,
threaten your passion and the way you're taking things forward. And so with all the intellect and all that we are really trying to do with all the sincerity, and even though we are at the best, this the fear quotient is always mongering on our heads, and that's where the bravery aspect
yeah,
really comes in. And that's where the men, it's not only men, it's the entire society at large is sort of
yeah.
learning that we are not going to get bogged by all that out here.
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
and again, there are so many of these tedious laws which you spoke about. We are not we all see the merry picture, and we will obviously I'm going to put those pictures out right here right now, with of course a video. But we all see that, but what is actually behind this strong woman is this is what she's really earned in life, and they're of course at her spine, but what she's fought, she's herself trying to
Yeah,
do so much. So I know we land up giving a lot of credit to our people who are with us,
yeah.
but that's the you might want to, Leena, you might want to tell us about each of them a little bit, if you want to at least tell us who
This
they
was,
are.
yeah, this was the book launch
Yeah,
where my husband is here and
yeah,
my mom.
yeah.
And since my mother-in-law was
Oh,
is no more, I
okay,
that's my husband's our mommy, my husband's
okay.
mommy. That's Vittal Kamath. That's my
Yes.
son behind, and
Mm-hmm.
he's
Yeah.
from Kingfisher, who had
Yes.
sponsored the whole event, and of course Madhuri Dixit. I don't have to say anything.
Yes.
So I had
Yeah.
called, I had made it a point to call Bharat Dabolkar, Vitthal Kamath. Everybody
Yes.
was there with me from day one.
Right.
So all of them had come. I
Yes.
mean, there are other photographs which are not here, but this
So
was the book launch.
some
This
of
is
them are.
Kangana, yeah,
Yes.
Kangana, Samira Reddy. We're training them at the gym.
This
Then
was
this
the
was the
movie.
movie Fashion, yeah, where I was also there in the movie for a
Yeah.
minute. That's what branding was all about. And
Correct.
I'd worn my t-shirt. Mugdha
Correct.
worked out, Madhur worked out at our gym. Of course,
Wow.
Kangana worked out. So
Yes.
it was a great family thing.
Yes.
That's all.
And that's you.
Yeah, that was at my first gym, like I told you, in the basement, the smaller
Yes.
gym. But
Yes.
this was a shoot that took place at 3 o'clock at night for midday, where
Yeah.
they were
Okay.
covering 24-hour gyms.
Wow. That's
So
great.
that's what I was working out at that time. So
And then I wanted to showcase this picture because you are with the beauties, and on the other side you're with the weights.
wait,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, the
This we
contrast.
had Aditi and Samita had come to promote because we had organized a camp, a health camp for police women. We
Yes.
were checking their osteoporosis and their hemoglobin and stuff like that. So that
Correct.
was a health camp, and they had come. And of course, this I'm training my trainer. The trainer, one of the
Yes.
trainers in the gym, that this is the
Great.
right technique and stuff like
Yes.
that. That's all.
Great. And that's
That's my staff, and this is Makaran
yes.
Deshpande, who
Yeah.
promoted our. We had a very unique idea for Valentine. That was
Okay.
Valentine's Day, and we said we have to do something different. So we had gone and got a permission for the bike rally.
Right.
So we all were on the bike rally, and and we carried a lot of apples. We bought a lot of apples, and
Mm-hmm.
we had held banners, "Love yourself," and we gave distributed apples to people. Like "Love yourself, have an apple." So that was the thing that we did on Valentine's Day, like something.
Very
fitness
interesting.
related. Yeah. So that's how we were into small events, local
Yeah.
events, where
Yeah.
we were doing brand building. But the media found it so interesting that they always covered us up,
Yeah.
and we always had us gym members, the gym celebrities promoting all our events because they were so involved with the gym and they loved
Right.
what we were doing.
Right.
That's what.
That's amazing. And then
Yeah.
this was the one which I,
Deepika, yeah. This was my first gym again in the
yes.
basement,
Yes.
where Merry Christmas, and she had come to the gym. And it was an actual photo shoot only for this newspaper, Hindustan
Right.
Times, where she was wishing the readers a Happy New Year with all that.
Nice.
And she had
Nice.
just started off. I think she had not even signed the movie, or
Right.
she was just about into Bollywood, but she was very famous as the Kingfisher Calendar Girl and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So from that
Great.
time, she was working out with us. Yeah.
So that's and on that note, I also want to, in fact, play this clip because all the successes that obviously you had,
Yeah.
you and all the challenges that you had. This is one of your friends who sent the clip, and I want to play that.
Yeah. She's a very dear friend and very, very supportive.
So I'm going to just give me a second. I'm
Yeah.
just bringing that up. So uh, that's
which means tender, delicate, and also means a torch of light. Well, Leena, as we know her, has definitely been a torch of light. She started her physical fitness in a totally male bastion years ago when it was rather unthinkable of any lady venturing out into this stream. Has also been guiding many, many people to take up this profession. She's got a sharp brain and is sure a strong, gutsy lady, having been through and successfully faced several business challenges through the years. God bless you, Leena. Remain strong and true to yourself, and the world is all yours. Best wishes.
she is
Yeah.
so confident about you.
I know. Absolutely. Yeah. That's what.
Well, so Zinal, would you like to ask any more questions? Because
Yeah, I wanted to ask that,
Yeah.
Leena ji, what is your advice to people? So many out there who have been away from the gyms and their schedules have gone out for toss, So during this lockdown, so what is your
Yeah.
advice to these people whose regimes have been?
Yeah, I think, see, a lot of people have started working out at home. They take online classes and they've come up with their own schedules because they have understood their body and they know that just sitting down is not going to help. I know a lot of people who actually have lost weight also during the pandemic, and a lot of people who have put on weight during the pandemic. So I think now that they are getting on to their this thing, they need to get a thorough fitness assessment and a thorough medical checkup also before starting or going back to the gym, and get your fitness assessment done at the gym. Or even if you're going to start out by yourself, just run up a flight of stairs, whether you're getting breathless, touch your toes, whether your flexibility is fine. And what you have to try and do in all this is train in your heart rate training zone, which is 220 minus your age. You'll get a figure X and start at about 60% of that figure X and try to reach 80% of the figure X for your aerobic activity or your weight training. Start doing yoga, start doing power yoga. A lot of people during the pandemic had started meditating and doing pranayam, which was a very good thing. And at least 2 to 3 times a week, they used to do that because work from home in India didn't have a concept of switching off. It used to start at 9 and end at 12 because I know my son was doing work from home. So you literally had to say that, okay, fine, this is my time and I need to do some kind of activity. So luckily for us, we have up and down. So he used to go with the phone and keep talking and walking. That's what he's habituated now. Even in his office, he's doing that. But get a fitness assessment, get a personal trainer at least for the first 3 months now. Get your diet, go to Rajashree. She's there online, and you can get your diets done, your nutrition program done from her. And then start working out and get back to life and stick to a lifestyle management.
Yep.
Okay, Rajashri, what is your advice to people who find it tough to
Well,
manage, the lifestyle disease and fitness through these tough times? So, what is your advice?
Well, the first thing is focus on what Leena is saying because really focus on fitness is what I mean. That is something which is not only going to give your physique the strength, but your mind the strength also. Because I think people are not able to sleep well. I feel
Yeah,
because they just don't have any physical activity. So from that perspective, also I keep saying that when you're doing a fitness, try to focus on your muscles, try to focus on every move that you're making, so that sort of helps you meditate in a way. So totally focus on it, and get your muscles tired, get yourself tired, so you can actually have a proper routine. And then from a nutritional standpoint, of course, this is the right time, because you never get that time at home. So
mm,
many of us have tried all the different kinds of recipes that we could in the world, but this is a time when we can actually, like you said, Leena, take a right
yeah,
advice, put yourself to a proper routine, and get into
absolutely,
that routine. Now you actually know what oil and how much oil you're putting in your dishes, but oil is not the only problem, it's the carbohydrates
absolutely.
also. So focus,
Yeah,
and again, they're not our enemies. So, balance them out, start eating well. Actually, good time for us to stump anything like your weight, excess weight. It could be any of these comorbidities. These are the
percentage
times.
fat. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you can reverse so many of these things in these times. You have less stress. No matter how much you're feeling being stressed at home, you don't have the travel stress. You have so much time at hand. And like you rightly said, that if you have time for Facebook, then you have time for workout. So
yeah.
focus on workout at the same time. Put yourself into the right regimens to eat well. And so many aspects I've spoken on so many of my programs, but really try getting into it. So get good food. Don't shy away from food. Get good food, fitness, and good sleep. These three things, I think,
Sleep
are.
is most important. I can't
Yes.
emphasize what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
true. Sleep, 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 sleep. Because so many problems arise because of lack of sleep or
Yes.
no sleep.
Yes. And women out there who are just focusing on recipes, please also start focusing on fitness. That is. so,
Absolutely right. Yes,
so
yes.
start looking out for videos also with your fitness, and Leena, I'm sure Leena has so many of them. Go and see them and start getting onto it. And just as personalized and integrative counseling we have on our end, Leena, like you rightly say, that in-person fitness eventuality will come back, and has to be there, because
Right.
staying at home and doing, I have gymmed for long years, and so someone would tell me to work out at home. It's different, to go out there and focus on what you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
would you like to say something about it? Because now that people will go back to gyms, what's your view onto it? Because I'm sure, good for you that you've been a little bit quiet on that end, but I'm sure you're going to get back into action.
Yeah.
So
But I
what's.
think people who are joining the gyms back and investing money in a membership, I think that's the best thing that you're going to do. But do take care of the COVID and wear a mask and sanitize and everything. But also, workout is most essential. If worse comes to worse, you can just go for a walk, brisk walk with your mask on, of course, and do that. Do Surya Namaskars, do 100 squats every day. I mean, if everything is well with you. That's why fitness assessment is a must. I never advise people without a assessment. So unless and
Yes.
until you have a fitness assessment, you know where your fitness level is and what is your goal, what is your percentage fat. So instead of focusing more on weight, focus more on percentage fat, losing percentage fat, building more
Yes.
muscle, and doing weight training, weight training, weight training, weight training. I can't emphasize how important it is. Yes, yoga is very important, cardio is very important. Weight training for women is the most important thing, and a lot of women just shy away from it because they're scared that they will build muscle. It's not easy to build muscle, and we have estrogen, men have testosterone. So obviously, you're not going to get muscles like men. So you'll build lean muscle tissue, more of lean muscle tissue, which increases your BMR. Lean muscle tissue helps you to lose weight. Lean muscle tissue makes your joints strong. It reverses osteoporosis. It avoids osteoporosis. So weight training is very important when you're doing an aerobic activity like running or dancing or anything. From a bigger this thing, you'll come to a slimmer you. But if you want all a good waist, good shoulders, good hands, good butt, good abs, good legs, that's all weight training. So weight training is very important for your posture. It's very important for your core. You get strong abs, strong lower back, strong hips, strong butt, which is so important. Otherwise, you're going to get injuries and you're going to get joint pains, arthritis. So it's very important to do strengthening exercises, even if you're jogging, running twice a week, doing strengthening is very important. Doing yoga is another thing. So integrate all three things into your workout and you'll see an amazing you always.
Zena, would you want to say anything to the viewers? Because we are on. We haven't realized, but we are over an hour talking about,
Yeah,
and it's yet not enough,
I
Leena. So
know.
I don't know
Yeah,
if we are going to let you be away from our channel for too long, but we would definitely want you to give us more insights and more details in
of course,
terms of
definitely,
when it
definitely.
comes to fitness, because there is no matter how much we talk about it, there is very little awareness, I feel, in terms of
Yeah,
fitness. and
exercise. Yeah.
and someone actually scientifically talking about it, having known the biochemistry, the nutrition behind it, someone like you, when it's coming from you, it's all thought through, and getting that kind of insights, as you know, our channel is promoting, of course, to get those or get that authentic information out. We would love you
Sure,
to be back.
anytime, anytime.
It,
100%. No
but
problem.
Zena, would you want to say anything to the viewers, or do you have anything to talk
I don't
about?
have to say anything about fitness. I just have questions
Oh,
because you both are pros, so I'm not in from fitness industry at all. But yes, I would like to ask Leena ji. She was
yeah.
discussing previously about rural women. She was talking that was so
Hmm.
interesting that in Maharashtra she was talking. So please uh, tell a little bit about the rural women. You know how the fitness naturally they are fit. So we
See,
should
one
learn
is,
something from
yeah,
them.
I think they are carrying pots on their head and water and, sitting down and cooking on the chula. But now there's gas, of course, but yet their cooking thing is down, the gas is down. So sitting down, cross legged, which I think the women in the cities have really forgotten about it. So that's so important. But also, women drawing water from the well, though they have water in their taps. I think our Honorable Prime Minister has done a great job doing all these things, getting gas and getting water everywhere. But another thing is most important for those women is they get fresh vegetables, fresh produce from the farms, which we lack. So their nutrition is up. Their fitness is up because they're all the time moving. They're walking everywhere, they're going everywhere, walking where. Whereas here we only blame that there is no place to walk. But yes, we can go walking. If I have to go to Santa Cruz to car, I always walk. I never take a rickshaw or a car or anything. Or I go to Bandra walking. So make it a point to walk everywhere like these women. They're so fit, they're so slim. You see their abs. Yes, some
Hmm.
women really they don't have the proper nutrition. Their anemia levels are up. Their osteoporosis is also up. That is a separate issue that is needed to be tackled in the rural areas. But in general, if you go to see, they're working on farms, they're working in the farms. So there's a lot of physical activity that is happening there, which lacks here. So we need to up our quotient, especially women at my age who are 58 and 55 and above. For them, you have to start eating one fourth of what you used to eat and triple your activity. Whereas it's the other way around.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's what will make you fit and in shape.
Yeah, totally. And there are studies which talk about the urban poor actually are more undernourished, malnourished than the than the rural poor,
Yeah.
you know. And so that those studies are of course out there, but I think we totally are malnourished instead of being undernourished. So we better get ourselves nourished well.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and like you said, you know, we have to triple our activity, which we haven't been. And that shows, I mean, so many of them live 90 plus, and
Yeah.
they are eating more organic than us, because they eat out of what they get out of the farms, and
Yeah.
we are out here, we don't know what we are eating and where our fruits and vegetables come from really
Come from.
these days.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, so
True.
I think, Zeenal, if there are any more questions, but otherwise, I would like to end this session with Leena's concluding remarks, and I will of course want to thank the viewers for coming in good large numbers, as they always do. And of course, thank you for being here. This is our first show, and it's been so much of energy. And of course, I'm thankful to you, Leena, because you brought forth fitness
My
and the
pleasure.
beauty aspect together to
Yeah.
this show today. But we would definitely want some takeaways from you, so that people remember those as sort of a resolution for the year, and not, you know, just keep make a resolution and forget it, like you rightly said in the
Right.
beginning.
Right. I think first thing I would like to tell everybody is make fitness your lifestyle. Get up with a smile and go back to sleep with a smile, whatever problems you may have. And that is fitness for me. You know, that is so important. Don't stop smiling, be happy, be fit, and exercise and eat the right food. It's so simple, but don't make it very complicated, you know. That is why people go wrong. So just keep it simple. That is what is my sincere advice to people. Just get active, get your ass up from the chair and start moving.
Totally. It has been an immense pleasure to have you, Leena, on this show,
Same
and
here, same here.
the amount of respect that we have for you, because you've
Thank you.
actually pioneered fitness, as in a you know, no one knew about fitness in those
Yeah,
days, and
yeah,
amalgamating it with nutrition was, I think, probably something which hardly anyone was practicing,
yeah.
and you've been
That's
doing that so aptly for so many. So, you know, I don't know how many celebrities you've helped with, but for me, you're a celebrity, because
oh,
you're the
thank
one
you.
who has actually given them the advice, in which so many of them, I'm sure, are appreciating and carrying it all through their
Yeah, yeah.
lives. And so many trainers and so many people you've given the certified courses, and of course also you know, so many people who have actually you know, worked out at your gyms, and rightly so. You know, they used to love to be there, because it was not just going to another gym, but, you know, having such a holistic you know, experience at your
Yeah,
gym. So
that's true.
The
that
kind
in
of
it.
energy she carries, oh my God, and the, like she shows light everywhere. So
Yeah.
very, which is very
Thank
truly said.
you.
So she's really amazing. I like the
I'm
energy
feeling
that she has.
so motivated with two of you over here. Oh my God. Thank you.
I am glad you feel like that, and I hope that a lot of women who are watching this, and not just women, but all of us who are watching here, get some inspiration out of it, and get that energy
Yeah.
going. And you know, that's the whole idea and the purpose behind these programs. So I'm glad you had a good time with us, and with the
Super.
promise that you're going to be back with us
Yeah.
for more
100%. Yeah.
we'll take a leave from you. And I would,
Yeah.
of course, want to thank the RSG Energia team, because they have been, I can't thank them enough for the last 100 programs. They have been taking
Oh,
it to multiple
wow.
number of groups, and I think we must have reached more than 10 lakh people through these programs.
Fantastic. Oh,
And we want to keep going, like you said, Leena. It's not speed. We want to keep doing this relentlessly, you know, till it really makes a difference to many lives.
right.
And I thank Zinal, because she's also been
I'm always
contributing so
there.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. She says, I'm always there. So, you
Always
know,
there.
and of course you, and all of you are really making us and helping us take the purpose forward of a healthy and happy life, really. So thank you all. I'm just going to play a promo of RSD Energia, because they've been helping us. And you know, take a look at that, and I'll we'll be back with a new show again soon, and we are chatted for it soon. So we'll be back, viewers, and thank you, Leena, again. Thanks, Zinal,
Thank
for
you.
being
My
here.
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you so
Absolutely
much.
my
Pleasure
pleasure.
all
Be
mine.
fit, keep exercising.